It is so nice to be here today and for such a good thing. I am just so thrilled with this crowd. My name is Marilyn Brown. I'm Franklin County Commissioner, and I have the distinct honor today to introduce your mayor to you. But I have a couple of things I want to say about her before I do that. Mayor Maggard is one of the true public servants that I've ever met. She is so true to that word and phrase of public servant. She has done, in her many years living here in Whitehall, you all know what she's done for the schools, for the city in so many capacities. I know her because she's a friend, and I am thrilled to be able to introduce to you the person that you all know as mayor, but I know as Kim. And Mayor Maggard, you are truly the best, and I'm thrilled that you're my friend. So welcome to everybody, and Mayor Maggard.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Brown, for welcoming us and with your wonderful, kind, and gracious introduction. First off, though, I want to personally thank Brad Wasserstrom and the entire Wasserstrom company for your generosity in providing this wonderful and delightful venue here tonight. Isn't it magnificent? It really, really is. And I want to say, I so much appreciate that you allowed us to be here this evening, and for one thing, choosing Whitehall as your home. And I have a wonderful, special housewarming gift for you tonight, Brad, and I'd like for you to come on up. This is a framed copy of the Columbus Dispatch article that showcased all the progress going on in the community. Brad was kind enough to be interviewed, and he added to the vibrancy of this article. And I want to say thank you, and this was awesome. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. And now I know we have some other elected officials here this evening. We have our 20th district representative, and that's Rich Brown, so go ahead and stand up. And now I'm gonna name some other elected officials who are here this evening, not by name, but city council members, please stand. Whitehall Board of Education, thank you. Thank you so much for being here this evening. In the spirit of It Takes a Village, we are also joined tonight by our outstanding public servants, the 2017 City Employees of the Year. So when I call your name, I want you to stand. Police Officer Gary Baker. Senior Administrative Assistant Casey Thomas. Parks and Recreation Crew Chief Matt Golden. We have another, but he had another commitment tonight, and he has a very good excuse. His 2 daughters were leaving for a school trip tonight to Maryland, and he and his wife wanted to see them off. I always say family comes first. And this was EMS Coordinator Michael Burns. I'm so overjoyed and happy to see so many new and familiar faces here tonight. and that all of you have taken time out of your busy schedule to be here speaks volumes to the strength of this community. With real, tangible results in our parks, in economic development, in police and fire, in all departments, tremendous progress is being made toward our overall strategic goals. These goals include strengthening the financial position of the city, enhancing the quality of life for residents and stakeholders, improving public safety, and providing additional economic opportunities throughout our community. Tonight is about celebrating our current progress and sharing with you a path for greater achievement and results. Progress toward many of our goals requires, of course, investments to be made. And just like you, with your household budgets, having the necessary funds is essential. I'm pleased to report that we ended 2017 with a budget surplus of more than $128,000. And since coming into office, in 2012, income tax revenue has increased by more than $4.5 million. And this, in part, is due to sound financial management and the partnership between the administration, the City Council, and the City Auditor. This focus on fiscal responsibility while increasing revenue is what has allowed the city to make investments in all departments. These investments already have, and as you will hear tonight, continue to have direct benefits for our citizens. There may not be an area where the benefits of additional investment and progress are more noticeable than our Parks and Recreation Department. The growth, the change, and the evolution currently going on in our parks is unbelievable. Last year, many of you joined me in kicking off the summer with the much anticipated opening of the splash pad at John Bishop Park. This wonderful addition to the park was a huge hit with so many of our families in our community. This new feature was not only celebrated within our community, but also by industry experts from across the state. Just last month, the splash pad was recognized by the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association as one of the top 3 park improvement projects in the entire state. Additionally, our Parks Department received an award for their Urban Park Ranger program in the Innovative Programming and Law Enforcement category. Please join me in congratulating our Parks and Rec Department. Now, one of the other Parks and Recreation highlights in 2017 occurred last fall when we announced that we had reached an agreement with the YMCA of Central Ohio to expand and recondition the former activity building at Whitehall Community Park into the Community Park YMCA branch. Since that announcement, our team has been working with the YMCA branch on this important project. A request for qualifications for architects is out, and a small group made of City Council, administrative staff, Parks Commission, and YMCA staff are expected to recommend an architect by mid-April. It is our plan to be under construction this fall. And once complete, this 24,000 square foot facility will feature recreational and education programming for all ages and offer a hub for our community in which to learn, to be fit, and together. In addition to the construction of the Community Park YMCA, the city will also soon begin nearly $1.5 million of improvements to the rest of Whitehall Community Park. Now, here to speak more on the additional upgrades coming to Whitehall Community Park is Shannon Sorrell, our Director of Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, Mayor Maggard, for that introduction and for your service to the city of Whitehall. 2017 certainly was an exciting year for Whitehall's parks, and 2018 is gearing up to be even more so. We take great pride in our work in the expansion of city park services and amenities for our residents. This year's highlight will certainly be the changes in Whitehall Community Park. In 2018, not only will the Recreation Center at Whitehall Community Park undergo renovations to make it a community hub for programs and services, but Whitehall Community Park itself is experiencing a renaissance. We are transforming this underused gift from Rockwell North American Aviation into an 80-acre active nature park, a unique jewel inside the I-270 Outer Belt where you can enjoy newly improved spaces and much needed amenities. This park is being designed to accommodate not only a large amount of traditional usage by our community, but also to facilitate fabulous after-school and summer outdoor-based programming. Kicking off this transformation, the new paved trail will soon be open for your use, and the city is proud to have received a $94,000 Nature Work grant for this project. And along this trail, you will have several play areas to enjoy with your family. Also, in the upper level of this park, 2 new shelters are coming later this summer. Go ahead and call us then to reserve it for your picnic. And come fall, we will be installing a few additional features to include restroom facilities and another shelter for programmed use. We are already underway with the reconfiguration of Whitehall Community Park's North Hamilton Road entry. And there, with that, you will be able to drive to the bottom level of the park for the first time ever as a public. In the bottom level of the park, you will find us creating more than 6 acres of newly planted Ohio meadow. So next spring, I invite you all to join me in the meadow filled with wildflowers, native plants, and important pollinators, our birds, bees, butterflies, insects, so it should be beautiful. Additionally, in this lower level, you will find creative natural play areas, winding footpaths, and open green space in which to run and play. Currently, we are in the evaluation process for 2 more project grants for this park. One to naturalize the Big Walnut Creek tributary, and a second to provide access across this tributary. And in the future, we hope to add a small camp circle for programs, and by working with partners, create access for canoes, kayaks, and overlooks along the eastern border of this park over the Big Walnut Creek. These proposed improvements in Whitehall Community Park are setting the stage for the future addition of parkland from the former Golf Dome and driving range site. In the coming years, and alongside commercial development, the city's park master plan calls for the addition of walking, bike paths, and public parking areas with access from the Broad Street side of this land, and the city's first public pond, all at this location. And lastly, with the completion of Whitehall's first Central Ohio Greenway alignment study, made possible through generous support from Columbus Recreation and Parks, Whitehall Community Park is identified as a trailhead for the Big Walnut Creek Greenway. And as we move towards implementation of this study, that means one day you may be able to get on a bike or step on the trail here in Whitehall and travel all the way north through Gahanna, south through Pickerington, and beyond. We are thrilled to be sharing in the process as these changes take place and cannot wait to enjoy them with you once they are completed. I look forward to seeing you in Whitehall's parks in the coming days, weeks, and years. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming out, for your kind attention, and for your commitment to the well-being of the city's residents and visitors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shannon, for that information, and to your entire department for creating the opportunities for progress in our park system. As if a new YMCA branch, $1.5 million of improvements in Whitehall Community Park, and more than 20 new acres of parkland were not enough, I'm pleased to announce to you tonight that through grants, increased city investment, sponsorships, and other various resources, the Parks Department will be replacing the playground equipment in all 5 of our city parks this year. So no matter which park you visit in the city, no matter which one, no matter which side of town you live on, you'll be able to visit a city park and utilize new playground equipment. These projects represent a $600,000 investment in our parks just for playground equipment. Additionally, many of these will consist of inclusive playground equipment so that every child can safely play in a Whitehall park. One playground in particular has me very, very excited. This is a rendering of the new inclusive playground at John Bishop Park. How great is that? It's awesome. And when you combine the new playground with the newly reconstructed Etna Road, the soon-to-be repaved parking lots, and the planting of hundreds of new trees, it's not hard to see. It's not hard to touch and feel the progress that's going on in our parks. Improving public safety is and always will be a top priority of me, my administration, and there's a great, tremendous amount of progress in this area. Over the last 18 months, we have been able to make additional investments in personnel and resources within our police department. We have added 2 new school resource officers to work with youth in our schools. The department can now count 3 K-9 units to work with officers in drug and bomb detection, with a 4th K-9 unit scheduled to come on board in the next 6 months. And the addition of a crime analyst now allows the department to better understand where and when crime occurs, to better deploy our resources. And by the way, we're going to get another crime analyst very, very soon. All of this is in addition to the continued efforts of the division's drug task team, which continued to take the fight to the drug dealers in 2017. Last year, the Whitehall Division of Police seized nearly 200 pounds of illegal drugs, 74 firearms, and $180,000 worth of drug money while making 110 drug-related arrests. Now, I think that deserves applause. Now, the results of this is staggering. The results of these efforts. In 2017, violent crime decreased by 26%, the lowest since 2011. Robberies decreased by 18%, the lowest since 1998. And burglaries decreased by 35%, the lowest since 1995, 22 years ago. Now, these advances in safety were part of a Safer Whitehall strategic plan, spearheaded by Police Chief Mike Crispin. Chief Crispin has certainly made an impact in the community since becoming Chief of Police in the fall of 2016. And to share with all of you a little more about the Safer Whitehall initiative and how everyone, and I mean all of you, can have a role, Chief Crispin will come and explain.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and none of this could happen without your support and leadership, so we appreciate you. I certainly would say, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, especially with my officers in the room, and say the same thing about this community. We get unbelievable support from the Whitehall community, and we couldn't do this without your help, so thanks. So the mayor asked, what is a safer Whitehall? What will you do today to make Whitehall safer? So it's simply building on the theme that the mayor just mentioned a second ago, which is it takes a village, right? There's not enough police officers to put them on every block at everybody's house. So a safer Whitehall is simply saying, what can we all do extra? What can we do different today to make Whitehall safer? So to start with that, I like to say, what is it that the police department is doing and has been doing over the last year that is different? Just by the sheer nature that they put on their uniforms, that they can answer that question. What have they done to make Whitehall safer? So what we do within the department is we ask, What have you done as a police officer differently today than you have done before to accomplish our strategic plan? We have a 3-year strategic plan designed to keep driving these numbers down that the mayor was just talking about. So what have they done differently? And some of the things they've done is identify what the problems or the root cause of the problems are that makes a city violent. And those problems are drugs. Those problems are theft that fuel the drugs. And so with that, we've done a lot of concerted efforts to enforce these issues, whether it's narcotics, whether it's human trafficking, whether it's dealing with theft. We have blitzes, we call them. We partner with other agencies across the county, and we use all the resources we have available to us while not affecting the road patrol. And so doing those efforts, those have helped us make a significant number of arrests and have really impacted the crime statistics that you had just saw. Something else you'll see from the police department going into this next year is you'll start to see with this wonderful changes that we have in the parks, you're going to start to see more foot patrol, and maybe hopefully we can get our bike patrol back going as well. So what is it you can do then? It takes a village, right? Here's what we're doing, so what can you do to help us? So there's 2 areas. There's the business community, and then there's the community itself. So we've asked the business community to partner with us in what we call our TRACS program, which is theft reduction and commercial safety. What that does is allow them to come to the department. We teach them a class, and we just had our first one here recently, where we teach them how to remove crime opportunities from their environment. By removing those opportunities, that makes their area safer, and at the end of each day, if they say, what have we done different in our business to make our business safer and reduce theft, that will ultimately help the law enforcement and the community in reducing crime. We've also asking you folks, what can you do different today? And that's a little bit of a harder question to ask when you think about it, because we're not asking you to go run down and arrest people. We certainly don't want that. What we're asking you to do is ask yourself at the end of the day, what have you done differently in your environment to remove the crime opportunities that make your community safer? Some of the things that we talk about at our town hall meetings. So I'm going to start there and plug that for a second and tell you that we do that every 3 months. And you check our Facebook page out, check out the website, you'll find out when we're doing those. We just did one here recently, and each one of those we give you an opportunity to hear what's going on with the police department, and then we also give you an opportunity to ask us questions and help us understand better what you need from us. And lastly, one of the most important parts of it when it comes to the Safer Whitehall initiative is we will provide at each one of those things one extra little tidbit that you can take with you. You can help make Whitehall safer. For example, the last one we talked about identity fraud, how you can reduce your chances of becoming a victim in identity fraud. Before that, communicating with your youth about the human trafficking issues, and we're going to continue with those every 3 months. So if you could attend those, that's one way of helping. Another great way of helping with the Safer Whitehall initiative and what you can do each day, it's a pretty simple thing, but we've seen the loss of that in our society a little bit, and that is walk next door and introduce yourself to your neighbors and get to know your neighbors and help each other out, and that will help us make Whitehall a lot safer. Lastly, and I'll finish with this, if you see something, the same old see something, say something, please call us and let us know. No tip is too small. If it's something we can use, we'll use it, and we'll get back to you if we can. But please, if you see a problem, let us know and communicate with your police department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Crispin, and to all the officers for the work that you're doing to protect our community. The City of Whitehall owes each officer and their families a debt of gratitude for the sacrifices made to keep everyone in and around our community safe. On behalf of those in this room tonight, we thank you for putting your lives on the line whenever you put on a uniform. Let's give the Whitehall Division of Police a round of applause. While 2017 produced a lot of progress, we know additional investments and resources are still necessary to achieve our Safer Whitehall goals. To that end, I'm pleased to announce our plan to hire 3 more police officers to the division within the next 4 months, with an ultimate goal of adding 6 over the next 3 years. Now, the Whitehall Division of Fire is on the other side of public safety, and last year, the division remained extremely busy. Whitehall fire personnel were dispatched on 7,497 runs in and out of the city. And like many communities, our fire department has experienced a surge in heroin and other opioid-related incidents. In 2017, the Division of Fire unfortunately responded to 110 such incidents. So to combat the growing national epidemic, and we need to attack it with a local plan, the fire department is coordinating the implementation of an opioid abuse grant the city was recently awarded for nearly $400,000. And in conjunction with the mayor's office, the city attorney, and the Division of Police, the funding from this federal grant will allow us to reduce opioid misuse and the number of overdose fatalities in the 43213 zip code by 20% over the next 2 years. A special mayor's drug court for defendants participating in diversion to incarceration programs is another piece to solving this epidemic. It has been my belief that to address the issue of drug abuse head-on, we must pursue a comprehensive and yet holistic approach, one where we help the addict, but we hold the drug dealers accountable. Another example of taking a comprehensive approach to better treat residents was last year's pilot community paramedic program. I'm so proud of this. This position, staffed by firefighter paramedic Randy Jones, assists those who would otherwise have called the fire department on a regular basis because they may not have had a health provider. To share more with you regarding the incredible work of the community paramedic, I would like to invite Fire Chief Preston Moore to the podium.
Thank you, Mayor. The Whitehall Division of Fire's community paramedic is designed to act as a stopgap between hospital visits and home wellness, improving citizens' access to primary care by working as a resource to contact providers. Oftentimes, a member of the community needs help, but does not necessarily require the emergency squad. In the position's trial run for the year, 151 home visits were made with a community paramedic spending more than 257 hours in the homes of residents. 11 CPR classes were held, and numerous families were educated about safe sleep options for infants, and they were provided with free cribs when needed. Other impressive highlights include nutrition education, fall risk behavior assessments, and service referrals to seniors. These are only a few examples of successful support community paramedicine has been able to offer our residents. As you may have read in the front page Columbus Dispatch article highlighting Randy Jones' work, he has resolved patients' medication errors, corrected problems with standard at-home medical procedures such as administering insulin, and cleared up communication issues between patients and what can sometimes be numerous doctors. Public outreach was another main focus when considering how community paramedicine could enrich Whitehall. Victory Ministries has been an excellent partner for this program, inviting Randy to educate core staff members on recognizing and managing drug overdoses, identifying undertreated or untreated health concerns, and helping direct those in need to primary care providers. This position in Randy Jones far exceeded our hopes in 2017.
Those chairs are a little high, so I have to be careful getting off of it. I'll fall flat on my face. Thank you, Chief Moore, for continuing to explore all the ways to bring new and innovative services and methods to our residents. The information and impact you shared regarding the community paramedicine is profound. And for those of you who may not know already, because of this incredible results of this program, at the beginning of the year, the city made the decision to fund this position permanently. Now, let's talk about economic and community development. If the rising tide lifts all ships, then economic and community development is the water. Because simply put, much of the progress on display tonight could not happen without development in our businesses, both commercial and residential development. More than $60 million per square mile of public-private partnerships since 2010 speaks to the awesome impact development has made on our community. Residential growth and development has been a hallmark of ours over the past 5 years because I believe we have to uphold our citizens first and make them welcome, and then our community will grow. And with the continued support of City Council, programs encouraging residents to improve their homes, as well as giving families the opportunity to purchase a home in our community, continues to be a top priority. Last year, we were fortunate enough to continue 3 such programs. Number 1, the Home Investment Program. Number 2, the Sidewalk and Driveway Approach Replacement Program. Now, those 2 programs are for current homeowners first. And then the My Home Program, number 3, for potential home buyers. The proof that these programs are working and adding value to our neighborhoods, it's obvious. Families that took advantage of the My Home program had a median household income of nearly 20% above the 2010 census data. Our housing stock is seeing a revitalization with new and existing homeowners, increasing home ownership rates and values. In 2017, the Home Reinvestment Program aided 23 Whitehall homeowners with more than $75,000 in improvement projects, bringing our total over the past 4 years to more than $500,000 that the city supported with residents. And through our partnership with Huntington and other banks and lenders, we have now helped almost 100 families become homeowners in the city of Whitehall since 2014. I'm so proud of the progress these programs have produced and of the homeowners who have taken advantage of them. Now, turning our focus to commercial development, 2017 proved to be one of our best years ever. 48 new businesses opened their doors in the city, a 25% increase over the previous year. Businesses of all shapes, sizes, and sectors are choosing Whitehall to be their home. Like Wasserstrom, where more than 200 employees moved into this 50-square-foot facility in the fall of 2017. And just around the corner, Heartland Bank is preparing for their ribbon-cutting ceremony next week to celebrate the grand opening of its new corporate campus on North Hamilton Road. From these companies to service-oriented companies such as 3B Mechanical and Reliable Staffing, more and more businesses are calling Whitehall home. In addition to welcoming new companies to the city, the Development Department worked throughout the year to ensure existing companies receive the support that they need as well. In fact, city staff visited 110 businesses, and they did that to gather frontline data and insights, such as confidence in the local economy and how many businesses are hiring. It also allowed for city staff to provide a quick response to challenges a business may be facing. I'm pleased to share that of the businesses visited last year, 75% of them were either maintaining or increasing their current level of employees in 2017. Now that's a great economy. To build on last year's momentum, the Development Department is working with a key community stakeholder on new ways to introduce Whitehall to the broader Central Ohio audience. Let me share with you our latest marketing video that will enable us to promote our community to businesses, developers, and potential investors.
The city of Whitehall is a vibrant, innovative community and home to an ever-growing business sector, including many of the region's largest employers and 2 of the largest logistics operators. Whether you're starting, relocating, or expanding your business, your growth opportunity is here.
We have approximately 650 businesses in Whitehall within our 5 square miles. But, you know, we're seeing a renaissance going on in Whitehall. Phenomenal economic development with our businesses, and it's very exciting.
Whitehall's central location simplifies logistics and cuts costs. Businesses have immediate access to Central Ohio's world-class multimodal transportation networks. We're just minutes away from John Glenn International Airport, multiple rail systems, 6 major highways and interstates, and downtown Columbus. Over $60 million per square mile of completed and proposed public-private investment has been made within the city since 2010. Your investment goes further in Whitehall, thanks to our low commercial tax rates and a diverse inventory of affordable facilities and development sites. Because Whitehall has some of the most flexible incentive programs in the region, companies of all sizes can reduce costs and focus on growth.
We currently have 3 dealerships in Whitehall. We've recently moved our corporate offices out here as well. It's been a great fit for us. It's allowed us to grow. It shows just how committed we are to staying here. Whitehall's been an absolutely fantastic business partner. They've been integral in our success, and it's been a great location for us, for our customers to find us. Over the years, it's been phenomenal.
The bank was started in 1911 in Croton, Ohio. Our first corporate headquarters was there. We've obviously grown. Now we're approaching $1 billion in total assets, 189 people. It was time for us to take our associates that are scattered across 5 different campuses, really, and bring them all together for efficiencies, collaboration, and a healthy lifestyle. Obviously, it was give and take. We had to negotiate things and such, but never was there a time where the city and its staff wouldn't listen to what our needs were, our concerns, and they were willing to work with us at every corner.
When we started looking for a home for our new headquarters, one of the things we knew we wanted was easy access for our associates who live all over the Central Ohio region. Whitehall gave us access to freeways. We're close to the airport for our associates that travel quite a bit. And Whitehall had a building that we knew we could adapt to our use, ready and available right on Broad Street with amenities all around us. And there was a growing momentum here in Whitehall of things happening, so it attracted us.
Continued development is a top priority for city leaders. Building on recent momentum, the city has embarked on a $50 million public-private mixed-use development with Continental Real Estate called Norton Crossing. Norton Crossing features a prime location and will include a mix of upscale residential units, office, retail space, and restaurants centered around an urban public park.
When we had this opportunity to come to Whitehall and develop an exciting intersection like this, we jumped right on it. This has been the most welcoming city to work with. We have a chance to be transformative to the neighborhood and to the city. So it's been really a very fun project.
Whitehall works at the speed of business, not the speed of government. Businesses have a single point of contact within the Economic Development Department to ensure core needs and timelines are met. All of this makes it easier and faster to get projects off the ground in Whitehall.
What we have proven over the last number of years is that Whitehall's ability to build relationships has been our key to success. Listening to that customer, that client, and really being customer-centric, not how do they fit into our process, but how can we adapt our process to meet their timelines.
When it comes to doing business in Whitehall, opportunity is here. For more information, visit whitehallmeansbusiness.com or call 614-338-3103.
I believe that one of the most striking images in the video is the complete transformation on the southwest corner of Broad Street and Hamilton Road, the soon-to-be Norton Crossing. It was beautiful. Watching the progress on that site has been unbelievable, and taking the first ceremonial swing at those old buildings made me feel so good. Oh, it really did. I'd like to do another one, okay? This $50 million public-private mixed-use development is a partnership with Continental Real Estate, and I cannot wait to watch it unfold. And I would like now for Zach Woodruff, our Director of Development, to come forward, and he'll give you a few more developments information regarding this project.
Thank you, Mayor, and for everyone here this evening. With its proximity to downtown and John Glenn International Airport, Broad Street and Hamilton Road is one of Central Ohio's most important intersections inside of I-270. But for far too long, it dragged the city down and was underutilized. So the city set out on an aggressive path to eliminate blight and transform this important corner. As the mayor mentioned, last fall, with assistance from the Central Ohio Community Improvement Corporation, demolition began on the former Commons at Royal Landing apartment complex. Like me, I am sure that we've all been watching as building by building, that site has been cleared. And while that certainly has been exciting to watch, the real excitement will get underway later this year when the Norton Crossing development begins in earnest. Through this public-private partnership with Continental Real Estate, the city will realize the kind of development that will shape the area for generations to come. The developer has worked with city staff over the last year to shape this project in a way that meets the city's desires while still being economically feasible. Building exteriors will feature predominantly brick and board and batten siding, in keeping with a modern appearance. And I think we can all agree the exteriors look pretty impressive. So beginning in late 2019 or early 2020, your view driving east on Broad Street will be slightly different. The first phase of Norton Crossing will feature 360 upscale residential units geared towards young professionals and empty nesters. These contemporary units will be predominantly one bedroom, featuring upgraded finishes such as granite countertops in the kitchen and baths, stainless steel appliances, and pendant lighting. Many units will also include a balcony or a patio to bring the outdoors in. In addition to the residential building, the one-story community building will also be constructed. This building will be split into two sides. The first side, or the right side as you look at the screen, will include the leasing office, clubhouse, fitness center, conference room, and resident access to the on-site pool. The left-hand side, there will be a 5,000 square foot restaurant open to all. And I'm pleased to inform you that Continental Real Estate has secured a tenant, the restaurant group behind the Old Bag of Nails, who have developed a brand new concept called the Hobnob Tavern, and this will be one of the first that they roll out in the entire country. All of Phase 1 is centered around an urban public park. This 1.5 acre park will include a pavilion for live entertainment, shaded seating area around a water feature for people to enjoy during their lunch breaks, and a large grass lawn to encourage activity. I want to thank Director Sorrell and her staff, Joe Ryan from the Development Department, and Continental Real Estate for their work making this the coolest park around. The remainder of the site will include new office and retail space as leases are secured and buildings constructed. But I can assure you that the wait won't be too long, as the Development Department has seen a significant increase in this site since demolition began. Thank you, Mayor Maggard, City Council, our private partners for this exciting project. I'm confident this venture is going to spur additional development in the city as we move it forward. Thank you all.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I want to say Yahoo! That's my country coming out. I can't help it. I'm excited. This is phenomenal. What this will do for Whitehall and raise the quality and standard of living for our citizens is unbelievable. So I'm very happy. Thank you, Zach, for your leadership in this area, and thank you to all the staff of the City of Whitehall, because all of you are making this a reality. Now, between the new restaurants, the public park, and housing that is aimed at really attracting young professionals and empty nesters, it's easy to understand how this project is going to lead to even more progress in our community. While Norton Crossing is the largest redevelopment in the city's history to date, I can promise you one thing: it won't be the last. All of the progress that we have shared with you tonight was a result of our citizens, our residents, staff, businesses, and various other community members seizing and expanding upon the opportunities available in the City of Whitehall, which now leads us to our annual Opportunity Ambassador Awards. These awards are presented to those who have demonstrated their willingness to propel progress, seize opportunity, and improve the life of others. And I'm very pleased to present the first Opportunity Ambassador Award to Whitehall resident Terry Anderson. Terry, would you please come forward? You stay right here because I'm going to say some words about you. Okay. He said don't embarrass him. All right, I'll try not to. Terry's has been a resident of the City of Whitehall for as long, I think, as anyone can remember. But it's the giving of his time and talents for which you are best known, Terry. Terry's been a member of the city's Planning Commission for 20 years, serving as its chairman for the past decade. He's a member of the Whitehall Education Foundation Board and is also a member of the board for the Heart of Ohio Family Health Center, which provides quality medical care to low-income residents. You are a true asset to our community, and his love for helping others is unmatched. Let's congratulate Terry. The second Opportunity Ambassador Award goes to a local favorite, Two Tones Brewing Company. And Anthony is here. Anthony, come on up. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now you stay right here. I'm going to talk about you a little bit. Okay. Two Tones Brewing is a great example of the power of young entrepreneurs. They began their business nearly 18 months ago in a flex warehouse space off of Hamilton Road. Since that time, both Anthony and his business partner Tony have kept their day jobs while following their passion. And that hard work has paid off as more accounts were signed and people throughout Central Ohio found out what we already know. Two Tones beer is simply the best. It is. And Anthony, thank you and Tony for choosing to start your business in our community. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Okay.
Right here.
We are happy to announce that we recently got funded for our tap room expansion, which is directly across the street from this location here. It's going to be a 3,400 square foot tap room and brewery. And we're really excited to give back to the community and hope we see all of you there late fall, hopefully October.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. As you can see, progress is all around us. Whether it's in new playground equipment at our parks, new safety initiatives protecting our residents, innovative health outreach programs helping those without the means, or providing new and exciting development opportunities, the state of Whitehall is absolutely improving. We're improving every day, every week, every month, and every year. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you to Wasserstrom for hosting us in your stunning new space. And may we all be open to progress in 2018 and the years to come. Thank you, and good night.